Hi, I'm Michael Milwassel, and I want to just take a few minutes to explain the concept of my book beyond just the tagline, Elves on a Tank, to you. So if you want to hear about it, stick around. We're going to get into it a little bit. So Paragon Exordium is an award-winning, genre-bending epic fantasy novel. What does genre-bending mean? Well, the context in which Paragon Exordium exists is a little more complicated than your traditional fantasy novel. Paragon Exordium is a story of a magical apocalypse that is caused by the return of magic to our world, or the return of the Fae to our world, which causes most of humanity to be wiped off the face of the planet. And the remaining humans are left in this state of borderline extinction as they try and figure out what has happened to this world. The story picks up in a small college town in Georgia, and the characters are trying to figure out what's going on. And as magic is thrust upon them, and it comes out of the woods, and they encounter these magical creatures, and they're left exploring reality and interacting with this 10,000-year-old dwarf lady who's been disguised as a human for a long time. And it's about the human condition and what it means to be human, and the indomitable human spirit. And it's kind of like an urban fantasy because it's set in a modern day reality, but it's not urban because it's set in a rural setting. So it really toes the line of a lot of different things. There's a lot of horror elements, there's mystery elements, there's a vampire child that really messes some people up. There's a military perspective that was co-written by my buddy David, who is now a veteran of the Army, who I brought in originally as an editor, who was so integral to the character creation and the writing process that he basically got promoted to co-author for book 2. So if you're interested in a really unique take on fantasy that's good for first-time fantasy readers or long-time fantasy veterans, that's written by two different nerds who enjoy fantasy and sci-fi and dystopian and things like The Walking Dead or the Band of Brothers or anything relating to fantasy, Lord of the Rings, etc., you should check out Paragon Exordium, which is available via link in my bio. And it's now $8 cheaper than it was before because we made it a little smaller. We just changed the formatting. So as the elves in the book say, Lumeni, which means may you walk under blue skies.